The first thing the blind girl did after regaining her sight was to pick up a hammer and smash her wedding photo. Then she burned all the photos of her and her husband, along with the wedding ring she had worn for 5 years. Then she packed her luggage and left the city that had broken her heart. At the same time, the man who was accompanying his lover for a prenatal checkup unexpectedly learned from the doctor that his wife had regained her sight a week ago. He immediately pushed his lover away in excitement, wanting to rush home to celebrate with his wife. But before he got very far, the man suddenly stopped with a grim expression because during that entire week, he had taken advantage of his wife's blindness. Right in front of her, had made love with his mistress countless times. It turned out that the woman had once been a little princess from a tribe. While gathering herbs outside, she saved a man who had been bitten by a venomous snake. When the man woke up, he fell in love with her at first sight. After pursuing her tirelessly for half a year, the woman finally agreed to be with him. But because the man had made too many enemies, he was kidnapped. Just as his enemies were about to beat him to death with a club, the woman threw herself in front of him, risking her life. She survived the heavy blow to her head, but it left her permanently blind. Overcome with guilt, the man immediately proposed to her, promising to be her eyes for the rest of her life and that he would never betray her. However, just 2 years later, the man took advantage of her blindness and openly brought his mistress home. Even though he still loved his wife, his body had long since betrayed his vow. The man's brazen behavior made his lover Anna believe she was more important in his heart, so she became even more reckless in her actions, believing that one day she would defeat his wife and become his wife instead. Under Anna's deliberate seduction, the man gradually became addicted and couldn't extricate himself. When Anna merely sent a photo, he would rush to meet her for pleasure without hesitation. But what the man didn't know was that the woman had already regained her sight a day earlier. She had originally planned to surprise her husband, but ended up witnessing a disgusting scene. She immediately realized that her husband's vows were nothing but smoke, gone with the first breath of wind. In grief and fury, the woman grabbed a hammer and smashed their wedding photo to pieces. Hearing the noise, the man rushed over to check, seeing the kiss marks all over him. The woman instantly recalled what she had just seen. She ran to the bathroom in disgust and found a used pregnancy test in the trash. Anna was pregnant. She remembered her husband saying a year ago that he never wanted children and realized he just didn't want her child. At that moment, the man anxiously walked in. When he saw his wife staring at the pregnancy test, he nervously asked if she could see it, but she pretended to still be blind and asked what he was talking about. The man immediately relaxed, then apologized to her with guilt, saying she had just dodged his touch and that it had scared him. Hearing this, the woman found it ridiculous, but she didn't expose his lie because her family would come to take her away in a week. And during those 7 days, she wanted to see just how hypocritical the man she once loved could be. But to her surprise, the next day her husband claimed he had prepared a birthday party for her and kept saying sweet words of love. If she hadn't regained her sight,